Hi and welcome to Friday's live trading. This is Kim speaking. Now, just looking at these markets this morning, it's 8:47. Just had some European data out, which was quite positive. Just waiting. The euro this morning does look like it could get another shove up there. I've got problems with resistance quite close by some key resistance levels, which the risk reward for the long side at this stage just do not look good. Less than 1-to-1 in terms of the reward. Is to say too many levels of resistance just above. Now, looking across the markets, the commodity currencies even, are looking soft at the moment. The yen has strengthened significantly, which really pushes to the risk. Risk is back off in these markets. The equities markets are all down. So at this stage, the euro's been quite choppy in the morning, so I was just wondering whether we'd get another little retracement back on this euro, maybe even get a better price, but it looks like it may just go without me this morning. So patience at this stage. I will switch this back on if we see things setting up, but for now, as I say, maybe just watching this euro move. Okay, so may have it's now sitting at 11:45. We've lost the morning. It just didn't really come to anything. So I'm just looking at a break. Really, it's quite a softish break I'm looking for here. Of this, this is a pound yen. I'm just seeing if we can get a bit of a bounce off it. Just coming off the time frames here. Had a quite aggressive. It's just bounced a tad into its monthly pivot there. Had a bit of a retrace, pulled back a little bit, but I'm just looking to see if we can get it back towards that 34 sort of zone. The 60-minute 34 is really where I'm targeting at the moment. We'll just watch this as it comes through there. I would like to see the daily pivot, which is currently untouched, above. We'll see how it moves this afternoon, but I will be managing the stop on this a little bit at this stage here. What I've looked at is a stop around about 30 pips away. If it starts breaking this level here, well, it's going to be running through, I should imagine, and more of a continuation. So just really looking at the break here. I'm looking at entering at 45. I think that was I was looking at. It's all covering up my screen at the moment. Let's just spread this out a little bit so I can see where I am. Around about 45. Yeah, is the entry. It's right. The numbers have disappeared. So that's what I'm looking for. A buy around about 45. So if it gets there now, obviously if it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the plan at this stage. If this doesn't come to anything, starts rolling further over, I may just leave it for now, but I am keeping an eye on it. Just on the shorter time frame here, just as I said a moment ago, what we've done here is we put a higher low in at this stage here, another little high low. Okay, it's just popped a little lower high, but it's not particularly significant at this stage. We're just really just waiting for really a break of this level. This trend across the top here, just a bit of clarification with the 45. It just gives us a bit of safety. If it continues to roll, starts breaking these lows here, well, patience will be needed. So price coming up here, we'll just see if it can break and trigger this trade. I've actually, I mean, you could have put it in as a buy stop to get into the trade. I'm quite like pressing the button at the time just to see exactly what's happening, but it's broken that trend line for sure. What time is it? 11:52. There we go. I'm buying at this point. That's done. So in long. So position placed there. So just check the stop losses at around about 16. So it's just below this prior low here. Target 35. Really well. I'll put 90 here. It doesn't really matter. 92. I can adjust it if necessary. So there's the position. So as I look at this, there's a couple of things watching out for. The 60-minute 21, it's sort of been tested earlier on there. It may still provide resistance again. I will be reasonably aggressive for the stop, but not too aggressive. I just want to, if it gets up to that sort of 7.6 area, I will edge up the stop, but gently below that, around about that 25 area, just moving it up gently, as I say, keeping it a decent distance away from that. If it was to hit that 21 and of course roll over, well, that'd be curtains for the trade anyway. So we'll just see how it manages to push up here. But I do like the potential for it to run back, maybe even beyond the 34. But for now, that is the initial target. Actually, I thought I'd give a bit more detail behind the thoughts in my trade, as opposed to I've just done this or that or whatever. I was looking at the dollar yen. The dollar yen had a great morning. It's really sold off this morning. The dollar's taking this hit on this at this moment. But what I was looking there is the price action, and looking at the dollar yen, and it's sort of had this nice high, almost high low. It's not quite confirmed it yet, but it's certainly a nice move up there. It was a high low at this point here, so it popped in there, had a bit of a retrace, and is pushing up. So this suggests that the yen's given up a little bit. Now it may come back towards its 12 o'clock pivot. There's always still that potential. That was one thing I was looking at there. If you look at the pound's held up quite well this morning. Sticky where it was, but it's been sort of hand around in this area. It's attempted to go low, but it's not really doing too much against the US dollar. But then it's a case of, well, what's it doing against the yen, and hence why I looked at the dollar yen, because it's showing this picture. Okay, it may run back into this resistance of this 60-minute 8, but it's had so many attempts at that. Maybe it will pitch on this time with this higher low confirmed now. If you come down the time frame, and you've now broken this high here, so that's even confirmed further. It had already given me a higher low back here, hence why I was looking at it. Then we've got the break of this a bit of a trend here, confirmed higher low at this stage. Now again, we could see it coming back to test this level. The 12 o'clock pivot sits around this 135 area, so we could still see that happen, but we'll see. So that's a little bit more thought behind the reasoning for the trade. So rather than just play the dollar yen, this often gives us a bit more buck. So looking at the pound yen. So I'll leave you there for now. Okay, so just come back looking at the pound yen here. It got up to a decent lick actually at one stage here. It's put a, so yeah, as I said, it's confirmed that higher low in there. Just a bit of a correction here. Untouched 12 o'clock pivot was always it's always a bit of a problem below it. There was a bit of divergence on the shorter time frame here leading into that. Maybe it should have been watching that a bit closer. We're still short of the sort of key moving averages here, the 5 and 34. The 34 really is was my initial target there. We'll see whether it can get back there. Has softened off a little bit. We'll see how it, as I say, it develops here. Now's not the time to be moving the stops up. Maybe if we can get a pitch back up here, I'll start looking at moving stops up. But at this stage, we leave things alone. It's still in that arguable upward trend. Could be drawing a trend line across the lows there, and it would probably be nearing where price is. May just allow it to catch back here, but at this stage it's just important to watch the development of a trade. Sometimes people will get spooked out of things, but you've got to leave well alone. As I said, it hasn't come up to the sort of resistance levels. This 5-minute 200 is somewhere around about where that 60-minute 21 is. Hasn't come up to it, so I'm leaving it all alone. If we can then break above this high, if we can catch a bounce here, break above the high, then I can start sort of thinking, well, okay, I'll track the stop up a bit, maybe up to these highs. But for now, I'm just leaving things as they are, just letting it sort itself out. Does look a bit iffy on the alleys from this point, but of course this hourly bar hasn't finished. It's 12:48 as I look at this, so it's still got 12 minutes before it even closes. As I say, post looking at the trade may think, it's giving me a signal there, but I've got to wait for that bar to finish before it actually is a significant bar anyway. The previous one there was a nice hammer coming back. As I say, we'll see how things develop. So we'll put you back on. Okay, so the pound is sort of had a retrace, pulled back. I'm just going to edge the pound yen here. Just going to edge the stop up just a little bit. Not going to move it up too much. Just up to from we're sitting there at wherever we're sitting. Just drop 10 pips off that, so just drop that to a 20 pip stop now. Confirm that. There we go. So just drop, just edging it up a little bit. If it does roll over altogether this week, as we lead into the weekend, fair enough. But just keeping an eye on this sort of trend line at the moment. It's okay. This one I haven't drawn on there. That is, it's okay at the moment. It's struggling a little bit to get back to those absolute tops. So a bit of safety in there, but we'll see how we go. But so just move that up, and I'll leave it for a moment. Okay, so pound yen here, I've just been stopped on. It's pushed on through here, really got the short term here. You can just see it's really gaining some momentum on its way south at the moment. The dollar yen has just been unstoppable today. Bit of a shame. I was looking at the pound dollar as well as the pound yen. Maybe in the pound dollar would have been a better trade, but didn't have very much in the way of target in terms of what I was looking at. So it was shaping up. Lower highs, lower lows coming through here, looking soft at the moment. We'll not try and re-enter this at this stage. So that's a loss there then. So the 3 contracts there. So yeah, it's stopped at 135.27. So there's a loss for this today's trading. It's at that point where a lot of these markets they seem to be quite extreming, but they may continue. I don't want to be trying to catch on the bottom of any of these, and well, there may be other opportunities, so I'll wait a little bit longer. S&Ps have just opened, so we're seeing the S&Ps open at this stage. So I'm just going to put this back on pause for a little. Okay, just finishing up here for today. We obviously got stopped out earlier on the pound yen. It blasted through, had a bit of a retrace here, but never set up anything for me at that stage. And since then it's just chopping along. So that's the end of trading for Friday, live trading for Friday. Just a one trade. There was other movements I saw out there that I sort of liked, but never came to anything. Lots of them, when you looked at it, the euro eventually moved. It took so long today. The pound moved better than the pound yen, which was possibly should have been trading the pound yen, but it just looks good on the didn't look very good here, about 20 odd pip target as opposed to a 15 pip stop or so. So it wasn't particularly a great risk reward in that sense, but as it happened it would have been certainly a winner. But the pound yen, it, as I say, just didn't come work for me today. But it is such a dependable one a lot of the time. So there we are. Okay, I wish you all a great weekend. I will be back in a couple of weeks' time. It's Charlie's turn next week. Take care. Bye for now.